So as of now I can see we are having a bit too much of intensity, so let's go ahead, decrease it to 1, and then again we'll go ahead in rectangle light and then switch them on, and then we will decrease this their intensity to 1 like this, and we'll also decrease the intensity of a skylight to 0.1 like this. So there should be just little amount of skylight coming on, and the main purpose of applying a skylight here was to lit this area naturally. So if we didn't apply a skylight here, like switch off, and if we are going to put these lights here inside, and then these balconies will be black and it will be very and if we just duplicate these lights and then try to illuminate those balconies, will not be accurate, physically accurate. So not be looking good. So instead of doing that, we are using this skylight only to lit the external portion here. Like if we click this effect world, now we are going to put these lights on the opening inside the project, right? So what will be happening of the area that are outside? So for those area we are using this skylight to lit them, and this intensity will be fixed by here. We just came here and we see that this intensity is approximately appropriate right now, so let it be like this. So now as you can see, that everything is going perfectly okay now. So now we will go ahead and post process again, and then we'll go to this like here, and then in chromatic aberration we'll go ahead and give the intensity to 0.15, and then we'll go inside this global, and then in contrast we'll go ahead and make it 1.15, and then in gamma we'll go ahead and make it 1.25, and then in gain we'll go ahead and make it 1.25. so now it's better now, and we have to just keep increasing the light post process volume exposure until we are finding it quite enough, like realistic, like maybe 2, and I think it's good now. So don't pay attention to this area, we'll be applying a spotlights here later on. So let's see here only, and then we'll go ahead and select this rectangle lights, and then change their temperature to maybe 7500, so that to make them a little bluish in color, because after that they will be start matching with the skylight that is coming inside. So this color has to be matched because these are acting as a portal, and then the portal color, a portal light color will be exactly the same as the skylight. So we just went ahead and made it 7.7500, maybe 7000 can also be done sometime, or maybe sometime 8500. It depends on the project and the size of the opening. So you have to experiment which blue intensity is matching with this outside blue skylight color appropriately. You have to just pay attention on that. So let's go ahead make them 7500 as of now, and after this what we'll do is we'll go ahead and introduce our spotlights. So we'll go ahead again in the lights, and then we will just drag a spotlight here, and we'll again change this spotlight to movable, and then we will be just bringing them up, and then I will select any of this light, and then I will press Ctrl Q to select similar along with this light is selected, and then Alt Q, and then Alt Q, and then we will go in top view, and I will go ahead and select this spotlight, and then again I will go ahead and make a layer like 05 underscore spot lights, and we will go ahead and then duplicate this light to all those, and we'll go in front view, and then also in this light parameters you have to straight away go ahead and make the source radius to 20 to 30. Like you can keep the source radius to 20, maybe 25, maybe 30. These all settings like 20, 25 and 30 works very well. So you can just experiment which works with you best. But I have already made this scene and I know that this 30 works perfect for this scene. But in on some project it might be 25, and on some project it might be 20 also. So now let's go ahead. We already saw that it's not penetrating with these lights here. We are just below these lights. Now we'll go ahead in top viewport and then duplicate these lights to all those light fixtures. So I'll go ahead and then duplicate it. So as you can see, I have duplicated those spotlights to all the light fixtures, and then Control H, and then I just go ahead and cross check if everything has been done properly. Now I have to go ahead and bring this bit down, or maybe we can leave it as it is, no problem. And now we have to go ahead and decrease the intensity of this spotlight. So we'll go ahead, double click this on this layer, and then we'll go ahead and press them, bring the intensity to maybe 1 or maybe 0.5, and if I will press G to see the effect. So now let's keep it like 1 as of now, and here we'll go into this use temperature and make the temperature to 4500. So as you can see, and if we are not getting proper light from these spotlights in this roof, for that what we have to do is we have to increase this cone angle. So if we increase this cone angle to maybe 50, so you can see we are getting better light here. So we can go ahead and increase this to maybe 55, even better light, and then maybe 60, even better, and then maybe 70 or maybe 65. Yeah, and we are getting ample amount of light in this ceiling now. And what we can do is we can just decrease the intensity of the spotlights. So as you can see, we have decreased the intensity of the spotlights. So I will go ahead and make a bookmark here also, because I am getting a very better viewport from here, right? Viewport, that means view from here. So I will make a like Control 4, and then I will Control Shift save the file. So after this, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and then switch to lighting only mode. So I will go ahead in here and then I will switch to lighting only mode. Now we can see the entire scene in lighting only, and the main purpose of us going into this lighting mode is to see if any object is black. So if we see any object black, then there is some issue that has to be tackled. And if the object is not black but it's like this one you see here in this island, the normal of this object is flipped. So if I go here down, I can see this normal is flipped. So I have to go and then flip this normal. So whenever we are walking inside a scene for ray tracing, then almost all the bugs that are usually present in the scene while we use the baking version or just negligible here or null. That means this ray tracing doesn't need a, uh, that means this ray tracing doesn't need too much. That means this ray tracing doesn't produce too much of bug, because it's not using the baking process or baking technique. So the maximum amount of bug that will be coming and be visible that we have to correct is the normal flip and overlapping object. So as we can see that on this island, this uh, face is having wrong, this face is having wrong normals. We'll go inside 3D Studio Max now, and I will hide this roof, and then I will go ahead here and I will isolate this selection, and then I will go to edit poly and then apply edit poly here, and then I will go ahead on instead of edit poly, let's apply edit mesh, and then edit mesh will go to poly, and then I will go ahead and click show normals, and you can clearly see this normal is flipped down. So I will go ahead and click flip. Now this normal is facing on the right direction. So I will go ahead and then export this object again in like 02 export, and then save it, and then OK. And then we'll be coming inside Unreal Engine, and I will delete this object from here now, and again go to Datasmith, and then here go to like ray tracing tutorial, then export, and then 02 export to Datasmith. Just open it and then bring it inside here, import, and then OK, and then just switch this off and then import. So now you can see we don't have that bug on this island anymore. So this is the maximum amount of bug that we will get when we are using ray tracing. So the ray tracing process becomes very fast because we don't have to deal with lots of bug, because automatically they are just gone, and these are only because of the material, and once we will be adjusting the materials, they will be okay. But let's apply some dummy material like this material. Let's go ahead and apply this on here and see if that's the case. Yeah, you can see that bug was due to the materials used on this panel. So let's now, just for now, we will apply these materials. Now you can see there is no bug, and here also let's apply this material as of now, and then no bug here also. So now we have to just adjust our lighting as good as possible. So let's have a keen eye on it, and then adjust the intensities accordingly. Like if I decrease this intensity to 0.5, it's looking better, and if it was 1, it was not looking better. So let's make it 0.5 here, and then 0.5 here also maybe will work better. So let's see if you go ahead and make it 0.5 or 0.75, we go here. Okay, so as we can see, we are almost done with our lighting, and maybe if we need, we can increase this intensity. Maybe we can decrease this to 7000, and then increase its intensity to 0.125 or maybe 0.5. Now we are working in lighting only mode, and again I said you that lighting only mode is for pointing out the bugs inside the scene. So anything we see black or something weird, we have to just go ahead and pay attention and see if what is the problem. So this one it can be tackled by the help of materials, so no problem, we'll leave it. And then I can see that this screen is having some problem, so let's apply a dummy material, and it's now okay now. So let's go ahead and then have a look over the entire project, and maybe let's apply this material, and this material, and then these, and then these. So as of now we are just applying dummy material, and if it's seeing just scout through the uh, scene and see if you need to pay any attention on any material. So all these black things which I doubt about being bugged, we will apply some default material, simple material, and cross check if they are actually a bug or not. So when I apply this default material or simple material, I can clearly see it's not bug, it was because of the transparent material present there, and which we will be putting on them later on when we will be doing the material. So let's go ahead and then check everything very carefully, and also you can go ahead and then adjust these lights accordingly. You can keep this light inside, outside, as I told you earlier, it is up to you, but I will recommend putting it inside because it generates less bug here when it's inside. So let's make it 1 again, and let's switch off some of the lights here because I think these are too much light present. So let's go ahead, switch this light off, and then let's switch this light off, and here let's switch this light off because there is already ample amount of light coming there. So let's go ahead and maybe, okay, let's leave it like this. We can go ahead and move this light to like maybe here, and then remove its cone to like this, keep it here, and just switch it off and on and then see its effect. So let's make it 65 again, and then switch it off and on. So let's keep it like this as of now. And just scout through the scene whether if you need to figure out anything or correct anything or do anything in terms of lighting only, because we are in lighting mode, and the main motto of the lighting mode is to just figure out any thing or any improvement that is needed in terms of lighting. So let's make all the temperature to 7000. 7000 will match with the skylight even better. And let's again try to increase the intensity of light to maybe 0.25 skylight and see its effect, like maybe 0.1 and 1.25 or maybe 1 or maybe 0.25 is okay. 0.1, 0.2. So let's keep 0.25 as of now, which we may increase or decrease later if required. So now we have to put light on this wardrobe. So what to do that, how we can do that is, let's go ahead and then bring a rectangle light here, and then let's rotate this, and then go ahead make it movable, and then select this object and then this object, and then Alt Q, and then again in rectangle you have to just go ahead and make this 90, this one to 1. Let's go in top view and let's increase its scale to 0.25. Oops, sorry, we have to decrease this size here. like this. And for these slides, let's make it 0 and then 0. So 0 and then 0 will be better. So let's adjust like this. Let's make it 4. Then increase this length. Maybe let's make it 100, 102 or 103, 104. Okay, so let's keep it 104 here. Now we will duplicate this and make it around 40 to here, or maybe 43. Yeah, 43 it can. And then let's select this and then Alt H, maybe Alt K, and now let's go ahead and then game mode and then Control H. And now we can see that we are getting the effect here. And now let's increase its intensity to 0.1 maybe as of now. And then we just have to adjust its position as good as possible. Add intensity to 0.05 or maybe 0.025. Yeah, as you can see. And now let's go ahead to temperature and decrease this temperature to 2500 or maybe 3500 will be enough. And now we'll be replicating this here also. So go ahead, Alt K, select these two lights and then duplicate them here and hide this one and hide this one, and again go to top view and adjust their length accordingly, like Alt J, sorry, Alt K. So let's adjust it. Let's make it 90 or maybe 91. Yeah, 91 can go. And then again in Alt J, Control H, and then we have to just bring it up and down and see what works better. We can also select these two and see if we can bring them up or not. Okay, so now you can see we are having this effect here, and same we will be doing for this also. So let's select this, and again this, maybe one is enough for this, or maybe let's take both of them. Let's take this one instead. So let's clone this by pressing Alt. When you click on any axis and press Alt and then drag, and you can duplicate that object. And then I selected this slab and then light, and then Alt Q to isolate, and then Alt J for the top view, and then I will go ahead and then adjust its size. Alt G and then Control H. So now you can see here like this, and we also need to put this light here also. So let's select this and then maybe this and then this, Alt Q, and then let's duplicate this, rotate this 90 and Alt J. Now let's do the same for here also, and we will adjust the length of this light, rectangle light here accordingly, maybe 265 or maybe 266, 269, yeah, 269 will be okay. And then Alt G to the perspective mode, and then Control H, and then move this light accordingly. And maybe we need to increase the intensity of this light to maybe 0.1, and we can also increase its intensity to 0.05, and then these intensities to 0.035, this one also 0.035, and then press Ctrl Shift S to save the file. And after this, what we have to do is we have to introduce a sunlight in our project, because we need to have a very nice effect here of sun. And before that, what we can do is we can go ahead, select this curtain, and then switch this cast shadow off. So you can see we can click this cast shadow to be off. Now we can go ahead and decrease this rectangle light intensity to even further down, like 0.15, and then skylight intensity also to maybe 0.1 and 0.05. Now you can see very nice sun's effect here right now. We don't need to introduce sunlight here, because we already have a sunlight here inside this HDRI. So if you go ahead and make it 0.01, you can clearly see the sun here. So we don't need to introduce a sun, is a different sun, like a separate sun from here. You can also introduce this sun, but it's not required because we already have our sun inside this skylight. So we'll go ahead and then just adjust the intensity of this skylight accordingly, like 0.025 or maybe 0.035 or maybe 0.02, 0.035 looks proper. And this light is now coming inside only because we have just switched off the shadow of this curtain. So we will switch off the shadows of this curtain, and then we can increase the intensity of this again. So you have to just play around how you feel like and how it gives you effect. So it's not a one-stop solution. There is no one settings. You have to just go ahead and increase and then decrease and play around with the settings, so that to find the best setting for your scene. And I'm getting quite nice contact shadows on all the chairs and all. So maybe we can increase the intensity, increase the cone angle to 70, we can increase the source radius to maybe 60 or maybe 65, so that this local spotlight contact shadows disappears, so that our skylight makes a very good contact shadows here. So if we decrease it like 65 towards 30 or maybe 10 or maybe 20, then we can see lots of contact shadow, which is not looking nice. So to blend the contact shadow of these spotlights, we can go ahead and increase the source radius to 65 to make it like 30. But if the scene requires, you can go ahead and increase it further to get the better realism in contact shadows. So let's evaluate our whole lighting. So there is a skylight here. So if I hide it, a skylight here for exterior lighting, the exterior part or portion of our scene like this. And then we have portal lights, acting rectangle lights, acting as portal lights, bringing lights from outside to the inside on all the major opening of the project. And then in interior we have our spotlights placed to accordingly and then adjusted accordingly to get these effects. And then some wardrobe light here, we can put it like this, or like Kyle, you can also call this ornamental lights. And now I think in terms of lighting we have done everything required. So for just learning purposes, I will go ahead and explain one more thing here. So if I can go here and switch off this light, like click this effect light off, and now what we can do is we can go ahead and use a directional sunlight. This is only I'm doing to make you to teach you how we can use the sky sunlight on the scene. So go ahead, we can put a sunlight here, and then maybe we can increase its like let's me switch off this and then increase like this, and then decrease it in intensity to maybe 1, and then we can go ahead and then change the source radius to 3, so that we get a very nice soft shadows here. You can see because it's using ray tracing and the shadows are ray traced, we can get very accurate and nice shadows here because of the ray tracing. So you can go ahead and you can also use either this one, but if you use this one, what you have to do is you will have to use this as rectangular light again here, like you have to just duplicate this and then keep it like here to make this area lit. And that for me a bit of unrealistic approach towards the lighting. So you can go here and then put like this here to make this area, external area, like illuminated, and then you have to go here and then you can duplicate this also, and you can just duplicate this also and then put it here. So it will be kind of artificial thing which I don't like too much. So instead of like this, we can go ahead and do use this approach of like we can just delete this sunlight, and then we can delete this light, and then we can go ahead and skylight, and then we can switch it on. So this for me is more realistic. I like to light the scene as naturally as possible in real world scenario. If it was, it will be like same here. So now in terms of lighting we are almost done here. So now we will go ahead into lit mode and just see all the intensities, and if we need to do anything in terms of intensity. So let's go ahead and then select all spotlights and maybe decrease the intensity to 0.35 or maybe 0.1 or maybe 0.25. So I think 0.25 looks okay as of now. or maybe let's do make it 0.35. Okay, so now we are almost done, or in terms of lighting we are almost done, so we have to just proceed further for material. Now the material from here plays a very important and crucial role, make the scene realistic. So the better the material will be, and the better way the material will be tweaked, it will be better for the realism, because lighting alone cannot do anything in the scene. So to make any scene realistic, we have to light the scene as accurately as possible and do the materials as accurate and as realistic as possible. So doing or adjusting all the materials of the scene is quite time consuming thing, and it's very frustrating sometimes, because we have to just go ahead and tweak all the materials of the scene to make the scene realistic, right? So instead of doing this, we can use some hacks, so that we can decrease the timing of doing all the materials and adjusting and making all the material accurate. What we can do is we can use lots of libraries, which we already have as free options from Epic Games. So if we go into this Epic launcher, and if you go here like this library, or maybe marketplace, we should go to the marketplace. And if you go here in search product, I will be giving you names of the best material library which we get as free inside Epic Launcher Marketplace, and we can use the advantage of those materials inside our scene, and it will play a vital role in making the scene materials as realistic as possible. So the first material library is 4K wood flooring, or let's type wood flooring here. Or maybe let's type 4K wood pack 4K material wood flooring. So let's check this. Yeah, this one. So basically this one is a free material pack which we get from Epic Launcher, and this one is incredibly amazing library pack of material which everyone should get. So you should go ahead on marketplace, and I will give you all the names of freely available material library that are incredibly awesome to for us to use in any real-time scene. So if we use the al- so if we use already available material library to give the material of this scene, then everything will be very fast and quick. So instead of going ahead and doing all the materials manually, you can go ahead and use the advantage of this Epic Launchers Marketplace freely available material packs, and it will be incredible. So you can go ahead, create a project here, and then once the project is created, you will open that project and then migrate all the materials to this our project, right? And I will be showing that in future. So now let's go ahead again here, and then same materials come with volume 1 also. So if you go here and then press Ctrl V and then type 1 and then search, you can see here volume 1, and this one is also free. So both of these material library are amazing for getting the wooden floor. You should download it so that we will be using them in our projects. And apart from this, we can go ahead and type automotive. So ultimate automotive paint material or car automotive material. So just let's click and see which one is the exact. So no, not this. Automotive and then ultimate automotive material. So I'll copy the name of that material pack and then I'll paste here, and then I'll search again. Automotive material. Yeah, automotive material. You see here, just click here, and now you get this pack. This pack is also very important to have in your library. So add this to, you can just directly go here and then add to our project. Like just find the project we are working on, maybe like ray tracing tutorial. You should just select this and then click add to project. uh, I will be adding in different way because I already have downloaded it, and I will migrate it from my library project to this. So I will not be adding this much because it will take some download time. And the another material pack is twin motion material for Unreal Engine. So this one is also amazing material pack and it's also free. So you can go ahead and download it, or maybe you can just again go ahead directly add this, and after it will download it, it will automatically add it to your project whichever you have selected, like this one. And again, I will not download this because I have already downloaded it and I will be migrating it. And then we will click this fabric, or maybe 56 fabric. Yeah, fabric material 56 pack. And let's see if it's still free. But I got this material when it was free, so I have this. But if you don't have it, it doesn't matter, because we have a lot of fabric in our automotive material and also in our twin motion material pack. But if you have downloaded it and you are a old user of Unreal Engine, if you have it downloaded, then you can just go ahead and use it. It's incredibly amazing material pack. And after that, you can go ahead and then search one more, advanced glass material. Advanced glass advanced glass. Let me copy the name of it and then I will paste it and see if it can find it. No, I think advanced glass material pack. So let's see if it's still free or not. Yeah, this one. So it's still free now. So out of all the material pack I said, only 56 fabric material collection is only not paid. It's paid, and other everyone is still free. So you have to just go ahead and download the 4K wood flooring volume 1 from the Epic Launcher Marketplace, and then 4K wood flooring volume 2, and then automotive material, and then twin motion material, and then glass material pack. After that, and let me show those numbers, those names here also. So you can go ahead and then download this 4K wood flooring volume 1, then 4K wood flooring volume 2, automotive material, twin motion material, fabric collection, advanced glass pack. Fabric collection is the same here, like 56. So I can just go ahead and delete this, and then I will just rename this to like serial number. I will correct the serial number now. And now then advanced glass pack, and then 56 fabric material. This one is only paid, and another all these are free as of now. On top of these material packs, which you have to download it at any cost, you have to keep it for every project you want to work in Unreal Engine, whether it's a ray tracing project, or whether it's a hybrid ray tracing, or whether it's a like big process. So it doesn't matter, you have to have those material pack. They are very crucial. And after that, one of the biggest advantage of working in Unreal Engine, uh, among the several others, is this mega scan. So we have to have this mega scan installed, and it is incredibly amazing because we have lots and lots of thousands of material which are absolutely free for Unreal Engine users. So for that, what you have to do is you have to go to Google and then just search for download uh, mega scan bridge, and it will bring you like here bridge 2000 is here, and then you can download like from here. So you have to download the bridge from mixer or like Quixel. You have to download the bridge. You just have to go to product and then you go here on this Quixel mixer site and then product and then just click bridge. And you have to download this bridge, and once you have it, what you get are thousands of materials and different types of assets free of cost if you are using Unreal Engine. And that alone library is more than enough for doing hundreds of Unreal project, realistic project. And on top of that, you also have all those material library which I said. So having all these material libraries while we are working on material of our project. So now we are going to work on the materials of this project, and having all this material is extraordinarily helpful because it makes the entire material process as fast as possible. You have to just search the proper material and then apply it, and if needed you have to just tweak it further according to your requirement. So you have to just download this Quixel mixer, and then you have to just after download, I have already downloaded it and I am going to open it right now. So once you open it, you have to sign it here from here. So I have already signed from my Epic Launchers account. So you have to just sign it from your Epic Launchers account, and then you will be here inside this uh, Quixel bridge. Okay, and now you can get lots of assets from here like 3D assets, textures, materials, and lots of things. Like if you go here in 3D assets, you can go here in this surfaces, and you get lots of antique asphalt, bark, brick, coal, and all those surfaces which will play an incredible role in uh, doing the material of this scene. And I will be showing you how to use these materials for the scene here. And now once this Quixel bridge is installed, you have to go into the settings, and you have to just change the setting to DCC engine to Unreal Engine. So it is for every other application also, but you have to make it for Unreal, because if once you make it Unreal Engine and you log in to Quixel bridge with your Epic's account, then the whole library will be free, and you just have to set a path where you can, where when you download anything, any material, it will just save it locally on your computer, so it can go ahead and directly export it to your Unreal Engine project. So after that, you can, let's just go ahead, like search here uh, wood floor here, like in this surface, and then let's click on this wooden floor, and we have lots of these wooden floors we can go ahead and use from. So maybe let's check this one, and you can just get a preview of here of the material which you are going to have, and then you can go here in download settings now. So once you go into download settings, you have to make the texture resolution to 2K. Don't make the texture resolution more than 2K. If it's possible, use 1K resolution or maybe 2K resolution, but don't use more than 2K resolution, because for ray tracing they will be very heavy. So, and this 2K resolution gives a decent amount of realism and quality in the material. So make them 2K, and the material preset make it to Unreal Engine 4 here, and then just go ahead here now, and then global settings, go ahead and then adjust all these settings according to that Unreal Engine. So surfaces 2K Unreal Engine, 3D models 2K Unreal Engine in FBX format, 3D vegetation 2K, atlases 2K Unreal Engine 4, decals 2K Unreal Engine 4, and then displacement 2K Unreal Engine 4, brushes 2K Unreal Engine 4, and imperfection 2K Unreal Engine 4. So go ahead and do this, and then come here, and now you can go ahead and now you can just go ahead and select any material and then just click download. So you can see this bar is just progressing on here, it's showing the percentage, and this material is being downloaded. So now once this material is downloaded, you will get an extra setting here, export setting. So now just go ahead and click this export setting, and you have to configure this also properly. So texture resolution, make it to 2K. Texture format should be JPEG. Well, lots of people say that use PNG, TG and all those things, but I prefer JPEG. They are decent quality and make it big, and they're also light to load and download and all those things in Unreal Engine. So better keep them JPEG and then 2K resolution and then export to Unreal Engine. Okay, so you have to make this Unreal Engine and then engine version to be 4.25, and then you have to click this and change the installation folder. So you have to just see program files, epic games, Unreal Engine 4.25, engine, and then plugins, and then project location you have to select. So I selected a default project where all I have all my Unreal projects. So I have selected that see user Sunil document Unreal Engine project, and that's enough. And once we click this export button here, because we already have downloaded it, and after that we configured everything like export to Unreal Engine, engine version to 4.5, installation folder, and then once you just click here, it will automatically install the plugin in that location and that version of Unreal Engine, and then project location, and then just go ahead and click export. And now you see export to Unreal Engine exported successfully. And if I just minimize it and I go here, I can clearly see here in mega scan, I can see surfaces and then double herringbone maple perfect 2 into 2 meters. Now I can see this material here brought, and what you have to do is just drag and drop this material on the floor. That's all you need to do. And after that you have to just go ahead and then adjust its styling and all those things. So once you have the material, you have to adjust the tiling, and you can adjust it according to your requirement, right? So let's go ahead and make it like 5, and then we have to just be sure about how it looks. And now we can go ahead and then rotate this texture. So there is no facility to rotate in this rotate this texture in default template of mega scan. So once we exported the material from mega scan, that this breeze, this creates a here mega scan preset, and in this mega scan preset we can see this image mega scan default material. So once we go to the mega scan default material, and if we double click this, we see lots of thing here now, right? And now we have to manipulate and add extra features which we may need in the further for extreme realism or some added functionality. So now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and then open this material, and we will add some extra features. Like if you want to rotate this texture, you see the rotation of this texture is not correct, and we want to rotate it. So if you click this fire material, and we don't have any option to rotate this material, so we will add this to our default template, which we get as a mega scan preset default material. So if we adjust any parameter here, and then we go ahead and download any other material, that specific parameter will be carried for all the materials that we will be importing through Breeze, and that will be very helpful for us. So what we can So what we can do is we just go ahead here in default material, and then we will right click here, and then we will add a custom rotator, and here we will just go ahead and then apply this to UVs, and then we will add a constant 2 vector and make it 0.5 and then 0.5, and then we will add it to this rotation center, and then rotation angle we will just drag here and then press a scalar, and then there will be a scalar parameter here, or maybe we can just press 1 and then press a 1 one vector and then convert it to a parameter and then limit, or we can just press S and then click here, and then it will automatically create a scalar vector. So let's click this, and there is a scalar vector here. We'll name it as rotate UV, and then we will just go ahead and apply this on rotation angle. And now there is a feature here in this material. It's offset UV and offset V, offset U and then offset V, but it's not basically offsetting the UV and V, it's scaling the U and V. So let's rename it like appropriately. So we, instead of offset U, we will go ahead and rename it as scale U and then scale V. Scale V. So, and if we save it here now and go to this material, now we have like rotate texture. Let's see if it's rotate texture is here or not. Okay, it's not here because we haven't connected it right now. So we'll go ahead and then connect it to all the nodes here. So we'll go ahead and drag and drop this to here, and then drag and drop this to here, and then drag and drop this to here, and then drag and drop this to here. So now you see we are using this all. These all textures can be now rotated together. So go ahead and apply it. And now if you go to this material, you can see rotate UV. Okay, and then you can see here scale U and then scale V. It was like offset U and offset V here, but it is not offsetting, it is scaling the U and V. So I named it properly according to their properties and the behavior they are doing. So now I will just take like this here, and then I will go ahead and put this material